How you doing, Paul?
I'm tired. Very, very tired.
Okay.
How
I'm
are
Nathan.
you,
Very,
Nathan?
very Nathan. Oh, okay.
You're very
Um,
Nathan?
yeah, I don't know. I'm doing okay. It's summertime. I'm enjoying summertime. It's almost my birthday,
It
so
is.
that keeps rolling up on me.
I guess when people hear this, no, it won't be your birthday yet, but it'll be 2 days to it.
Yeah, and The Watch will be out in theaters, which I hope is cool, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to see it this weekend or not. There's just family stuff going on. It's conflicting with friend stuff, and all of this is conflicting with school stuff, which is probably the most important thing going on, but screw
Which is
that.
conflicting with life and career stuff.
I know, but hey, whatever. Movies and things. Or what
And
do you want to talk
random
about?
media.
Random media, coding for
Ugh.
websites.
Yes.
Let's just get it out of the way.
The
Talk
last
about
time
that.
the last time I built a website was when the internet like was a thing and
hmm
HTML was the only scripting language. So like I'm basing most of what I know on that and how to work with CSS style sheets.
Okay.
So I am also learning at the same time. So it's kind of rough. It's been pretty rough because I've been busy doing other stuff too.
Well, these are important skills going forward, so I'm sure it'll pay off eventually.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I have a bunch of movies on my list. I'm gonna this is a big span of time, I think, or has it just been a busy week?
Um, it's been a big span of time because to pull the curtain back, we're recording 3 days late.
Right, because our last episode was kind of technical difficulties
As I'm
happened.
sure anyone who was listening heard right away,
Oh, okay.
which is great.
This week? What do you mean? Oh, you're saying
Last
last
week.
time?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, is it still problematic sounding?
Yeah, there I obsess about stuff and nothing is ever good enough.
Mm-hmm.
But like I had to just put it out because it was already 2 days late, and I spent 2 hours straight getting it together to a point where I felt comfortable that you could still tell that there was like a problem, but you could still like hear the two sides of the conversation fine.
Okay.
So it's annoying, but it's manageable, and it just pisses me off to no end to put something out that I'm not fully satisfied with, but
Yeah.
that's life.
Sure. Yeah. And we're looking into solutions, so hopefully that won't happen. But I
Yeah,
don't know.
and apparently now our friend Sean is saying that he can't find all of the episodes on iTunes, so I'm gonna have to go through iTunes and see what's going on there. It's gonna be a mess.
Right. But hopefully someone's listening to us talk right now, because we're about to lay it down on one of the most important movies
Well,
ever
if you're
made.
listening on Stitcher Radio on your mobile device, you should be fine. That's
Okay.
Stitcher Radio. Look for it.
Sure. Um, like I was saying, one of the most important stories, obviously, President Abraham Lincoln. Um,
Yes,
Legendary historical figure. I mean, a
racist.
couple weeks ago we had Independence Day and all that.
Yep.
He was a big part of that whole thing, I suppose, although not really because Revolutionary War was many years
And
earlier.
you and I
But
determined
whatever.
he might have been a raging racist.
How's that? Like
Well,
probably just because of the time period.
we were talking about it. That like,
Right.
yeah, he freed the slaves, but he was probably totally like super
Well,
racist.
more so than people now, just because of this was like 150 years ago. So everyone was probably a little bit racist.
I mean,
So
hell, I know a lot of people now that are a lot of bit racist. So there you go.
yeah. So time was not in Abraham Lincoln's corner or whatever at the time, but whatever. Point is, he apparently also fought vampires, according to this film I saw called Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter,
It's a little on the nose
which
for a title, isn't it?
it is. That is a really dumb movie. I don't know how to really articulate how profoundly stupid it got,
The
but it was kind
Matrix
of
and
funny.
Blade with Abraham Lincoln.
No, like dumber,
Okay.
like Van Helsing maybe,
Gross.
kind of like that, but
Mm-hmm.
maybe a little more Matrix in there or something. Like at one point early, like okay, I guess the main thing is his only weapon is an axe. Really, is the main thing he uses
Right.
because he's a terrible shot, I guess, which they established earlier. And there's just a bunch of scenes where he's just like doing kind of weapon demos with an axe, but he's just kind of spinning it around.
Like a nunchuck.
Kind of, but like it just looks like a kid playing around in the backyard with like a stick or
Or
something.
like a
Like
cup
just
and
like,
ball.
yeah, I'm whipping it around. Look at this. Like it reminded me of that video of that kid with a lightsaber on YouTube.
Right.
Like just not
Star Wars
cool,
kid.
but it thinks it's so cool.
Right.
And it was just like, do they know this looks really dumb? Like, I don't know. Did anyone tell anybody? It's like, oh, okay, whatever. And then, yeah, that just happens. And eventually, once he's donning, like, the full chin strap beard and, like, hat and everything, like, the sight of Abraham Lincoln and, like, this young, like, this black friend of his, which, again, like, probably not historically
Is his
accurate.
name
I don't
Leroy?
know, but I don't remember. I honestly don't remember.
Jamal?
No.
Are
I
we
want to
are
say
we
it's just,
get
like, William.
are we
It's
getting
probably
into
just, like,
racist territory by me talking like that?
no, I don't know. This movie's like historical revisionistic and everything, so it's kind of problematic in its own way, so I'm sure it's not a big deal. But yeah, it's just really dumb. And of course it is, but I still I don't know. I think overall because of how stupid it got, I did enjoy it, but don't expect much. Don't it's a really stupid movie. Let me just think what were some of the I guess I do have some issue with the kind of grab bag of vampire stuff that people will help themselves to. Like they'll be like, "All right, they can't be seen in mirrors. These ones are vulnerable to silver, but they're fine with sunlight. They can go outside and it's no big deal.
That
Like
bothers me.
maybe they'll wear weird steampunk shades or something, but they
Did
can
this
go
start
outside."
with Twilight? Like, was Twilight the first one? It's like, oh no, they can be in sunlight, but sparkle.
I don't know what kind of decided that wasn't a core part of the whole rule set anymore, but maybe I don't know.
Because vampires are kind of supposed to lurk in the shadows. I
Yeah,
don't know
like
if
they
you
come out
know.
at night. Yeah, I do know that. I've seen films that take advantage of that stuff. Like it made me think through other vampire movies, and I think Let the Right One In / Let Me In. I think I'm gonna give extra props to that movie now for like following all the rules, doesn't it? Don't
Okay,
they take all that stuff seriously?
please don't spoil that. I've been meaning to watch it for a while.
You haven't seen it yet?
I haven't, no. I know.
Own it?
I don't own it. I have it in a less than legal way, but I've been meaning to buy it.
Okay, I could lend it to you, but okay, whatever. I won't then, but just it follows all the vampire rules to my knowledge quite well, and still tells a really cool story with it. Whereas this one feels like, well, we kind of want vampires fighting dudes outside because Civil War,
Right.
so we're gonna have to kind of tweak these rules a little bit.
It
And yeah,
hasn't Silver always kind of been something with that with
I
them
thought
though?
it was a werewolf thing
Werewolf
personally.
is definitely Silver, but I thought there was something about the purity of Silver that they didn't like.
They describe it in the movie as being ever since Judas and the 30 coins of silver
Mm-hmm.
with Jesus betrayal thing, ever since he felt real bad about that and threw the coins back, that silver became the currency of the damned.
Okay,
So
so more than anything, it's like a big fuck you to them, more so than like Kryptonite.
it doesn't, yeah, I guess it adds a little more spark to weapons, and I guess if you shoot one in the head with a silver bullet or something, it'll do pretty bad things to them. But yeah, there's also just some janky CG in there. Like there's a scene where Abraham Lincoln is chasing this vampire that murdered his mother decades earlier. I don't care about spoiling this movie because it's stupid.
Okay,
So
that's fine.
just like warning to those taking this seriously. Um, through like a giant stampeding like herd of horses, just
Okay.
hundreds of horses, but it just looks like I don't know, really fake. And then there's a moment where the vampire throws a horse at him, like just does a full Bowser tail kind of swinging it around thing with a horse, and then throws it at Abraham Lincoln. Lincoln kind of jumps, gets hit by it, but then the horse just kind of stands up, and he's now riding that horse that was thrown.
Makes sense.
And, sure, none of
Vampire
that.
horses, dog.
I don't know. No, it wasn't a vampire horse. It's just a horse.
No, it's a vampire horse now.
It was a regular ass horse. It
Yep.
was not bit. It just got thrown, and the horse is fine and not phased at all. Like it was just really, really dumb. So yeah, if you just want to see dumb spectacle stuff happen with Abraham Lincoln there, which makes it even dumber and funnier,
They will totally do that for you then.
it does that. But okay, I guess one little thing that really threw me off, but also I think is one of the funniest things about the movie. There's like a 20-minute maybe sequence where it just starts to take things way more seriously. Like it's just kind of like, all right, let's put that vampire thing on the back burner. So Abraham Lincoln, he's the president. He got voted, and he cares about black people, and it just starts becoming just a biopic about Abraham Lincoln for like a little bit.
That's real weird.
Him and his relationship with Mary Todd and stuff, and it's just like, okay, what happened to all that vampire stuff? And then it's just like, okay, so then the vampires come back like decades later when the Civil War is happening. Like there's like 15 years where I just don't think much vampire stuff is happening, and it's just Abraham Lincoln is getting his politics on. And he's standing up giving speeches and stuff, and then just kind of like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, there's vampires, but don't worry about that. And then eventually it gets back to that, but it's just like this weird kind of, it's not boring, but it's just like really weird that they would just change gears that hard and make you think like, oh, you care about what's happening, right? It's like, I don't know, not really, because it's so dumb, but I mean, it is Abraham Lincoln, so I guess minor thing, like the main guy, Benjamin Walker, who plays Abraham Lincoln, I'm going to say that dude does not have a ton of screen presence, and I don't think he'll succeed.
Okay.
That's kind of a mean thing to say, right? But I don't know.
It's not. It's a critical thing to say because that's what you've seen of him so far.
Right. Like, maybe he was cast to because he kind of looked like him or something. Like, once he's got the beard and everything, it's like, oh, okay, I can kind of see why they would choose this guy. But, like, yeah, he's not even the most, like, charismatic actor in the movie. Like the Rufus Sewell is this evil old vampire guy. He was kind of okay. I don't know who played the mentor of Abraham Lincoln in his early vampire hunting days, but that guy was all right. Mary Elizabeth Winstead's in it. She acts her heart out in one scene that is not required, but I love it when she does that. It kind of reminded me of Final Destination 3, where she's like crying and just going for it, and you're just like, you don't need to do that. This is like the dumbest movie. So I was like, no. Going for the Oscar here. So it's like, okay, I don't know. Go for it. But yeah, yeah, I don't know. Thumbs up overall, but it's really dumb. So asterisk next to that thumbs up, and you have to be in a very particular mood if you want to see this kind of movie.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Batman. Do you want to talk about Batman?
No, we'll lead up to that. I want to know about the Bourne Supremacy.
Well, that doesn't work at all because I have to talk about Batman and Robin first because it was a triple feature.
Oh, it was a triple feature.
Yeah, dude.
So was this at your friend's house then?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Every now and then a friend of mine gets to house sit a place with an awesome home theater setup, so we take full advantage of that and watch amazing movies like Batman and Robin.
Yep.
Will Schumacher's like final entry in the Batman series.
Yep. Arguably the movie that put a nail in the coffin for a lot of Batman fans, never wanting to see a Batman movie again.
Right. Like, hearing that was consciously trying to be Adam West Batman, campy kind of stuff.
It changes it 100%.
Like, it makes it at least kind of make sense. Like, it's just like, oh, okay, I see what you were going for. That's why he pulled out his credit card and said never leave the cave without it.
So, I'm going to go full transparency here. I saw that movie about 10 times in the theater.
Amazing.
Because I loved Batman growing up. I was a kid.
Like the blue Batman, Adam West, you thought he was awesome.
I still love all Batman. Like, even the campy Batman. Batman, to me, was never supposed to be the Dark Knight and serious. I grew up with Batman that was campy and ridiculous because he's a dude in a bat costume.
Right.
So, I mean, none of that bothered me, really. It's only with this whole Dark Knight resurgence that I was like, oh, okay, so they're taking it into this weird direction that I'm kind of, like, I'm with this now because I'm older. But, like, as a kid, I loved Batman and Robin. It was stupid as hell, but I had a good time seeing it every time, I guess. Don't particularly like Uma Thurman in it, though.
Okay. I don't particularly like Arnold Schwarzenegger in it, maybe, just because that dude got paid way too much money for essentially dropping, like, 20 one-liners over the course of the movie.
And I don't like what they did to Bane, but we'll get to that with Dark Knight Rises.
Right. Okay. I'm trying to think. Nothing particular about Uma Thurman bothered me. She's just, I have red hair, I'm all sultry. And
I think I might have been at the stage in my life where girls were icky.
Okay.
And just kind of like Eve from, like, The Garden, just, like, tricked us all into, like, sin forever.
Okay.
So it's just like, oh no, I hate women. But
she does drop some, like, weird Bible quotes for some reason. I don't know why.
Because Schumacher, probably.
Maybe. Trying to think. Like I thought George Clooney maybe kind of was a little reserved or something.
He
Like
openly
word.
apologized for that role, too.
Okay. Just, I felt he could have brought a little more pizzazz or something to it if he wanted to, but he just seems kind of bored, and I'm not sure. And Chris O'Donnell just is Chris O'Donnell,
Which is
and
really too
his
bad, yeah.
yeah, it's too bad that guy's Chris O'Donnell. Alicia Silverstone is unremarkable and there. Michael Gough gets sick, like Alfred, just useless. That movie's kind of just, it's not good. I don't like it. Like, I'm sorry if you have nostalgia for it, but
No, I don't, because I own it, and I watched it probably 2 years ago, like as an
mm,
adult, and it's terrible.
right.
The whole time I was just, it was like a facepalm moment. The whole time I was just like, this is embarrassing.
Yeah, like I was kind of chuckling throughout at the movie's expense or whatever, but also like the movie is going for laughs sometimes, and it's like, wow, it was so dumb. I can't believe he did that. That was so dumb. So, yeah, it had me every now and then, but I don't know. It,
Batsuit nipples.
yep. I think they talk about that too. Like I think Poison Ivy says, "Ah, I love an anatomically correct suit" or something like that. I
Yeah,
was like, why would you
something
say?
like that, yep.
Yeah. So I watched that movie. Um, what better way to follow that up than with the Bourne Supremacy? The second in the Bourne trilogy. I
Hmm.
don't know.
I haven't seen any of those movies.
What are you doing?
I don't own them.
Well, you don't need to own them to see them.
Yeah, I do at this point. I
Well,
mean,
I don't know if they're worth owning. I don't own them.
I'm not
I
gonna
just
download them. No, but I've been like looking for someone who
go to
owns them.
Safeway. Okay.
I don't really want to buy them. I just kind of want to, like, we can't even rent anymore.
Like you could go to the indie video stores, see if they have them. They probably do.
What indie video stores are up here?
Casablanca. It's the only one I know.
Yeah, that's not in my area at all.
No, there's only two, and no one lives near them. You have to go out of your way.
Yeah, I've only been to one of them, and the one in Mission. I think it's in Mission. I can't remember
I don't know what Mission is. Is that 4th Street?
the area of the city. Yeah,
Okay.
essentially,
Yeah, there's one there. There's also a hot dog store near there I need to go to.
it's real
But
good.
anyway, the hot dogs or the movie store?
Both.
Okay. Born Supremacy, as I don't know why I think it was just like, Legacy's coming out, and I didn't like Supremacy initially when I saw it. Like I found the shaky cam stuff. Like this is Paul Greengrass who kind of, I'm not going to say he pioneered that, but he put it in an action movie, and some people loved it and some people felt nauseated and stumbled out of the theater on their birthday and said that was terrible.
Yeah.
This was me. um, that was a movie we went to on my birthday. Which weird timing, I guess. It was almost exactly 8 years or whatever. But anyway, um, it's all right, but it's still kind of just not fun. It's like no one's having fun in that movie because bad things happen right up front, and Bourne's just angry. Like I don't want to spoil the plot, I guess, but
Bourne
yeah,
doesn't know who he is, and then he
he
finds
still
out.
doesn't really know who he is, and then he's on the quest to kind of find out what happened and like this earlier assignment he did and how he became a killer and all this stuff. And it's just like, man, this is just grim. Like this is just like real world espionage stuff to some extent, and just like people killing each other and lying to each other and being dirtbags. And it's just like, where's anybody saying anything fun? Like I don't know. And like I guess not all movies need to be fun, but I like my action movies with some sort of,
Some
I don't know.
pizzazz.
Not no. Well, this has pizzazz, but it doesn't have like any goofy element in it at all. And like
Gotcha.
you're more just like, oh man, he totally hit that guy with a magazine, and it's like, well, I guess that's kind of fun, but like it's not because you could hurt someone. I don't know. I was not. Yeah, I'm rarely in the mood for like grim,
Violence.
intense stuff like this,
Yeah.
so it was just not. Like I also played some Far Cry 2 this week, and they remind me of each other in like tone for some reason. Like it's just
Makes
like
sense. Especially the
you're
way
driving
Far
your
Cry
car,
2 starts.
like you're driving your car and just like the jackal and everything
Yeah.
attacking your town, I guess. But then or like the two factions fighting, but more just like those moments where you're just kind of driving your car in Africa and you're just like whatever, and then you get broadsided by a jeep and it's just like, and then it's just on and you're fighting. It just has that kind of like bad things could happen any second. So, yeah. not fun movie, but good movie, I guess. And Matt Damon's fine. And as a trilogy, I guess they're still pretty good movies, but not my go-tos when I'm looking for some action cinema. I'm not sure what would be something with a little more comic relief. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
What's your go-to action movie?
Die Hard.
Okay, that's solid. I don't even know if they're action movies. I like Roland Emmerich's dumb stuff.
Okay,
Things are
so what do you
exploding.
mean then for action movie? Because there's action in that movie.
There is
Okay.
action in that.
Okay, Independence Day. Sure.
Yeah, stuff explodes. The bad guys are clearly bad guys because they want to exterminate our planet, so you don't need to worry about that.
I guess
There's no
almost anything
gray.
Arnie's in.
To some extent, but like, I was thinking about True Lies, but that movie's really stupid.
Yeah.
And
But
like
I kind of
gleefully
like
violent in a way I can't get behind.
I kind of like the movies he's in because his stupid quips and stuff let you know that you shouldn't take any of this seriously.
I suppose. But they're also like it's kind of bizarrely like how would you describe it? Psychopathic or something to like murder people and then joke about it. Like I don't know.
I guess.
Like they might be even more problematic than we're willing to.
What about Jingle All the Way?
I have affection for that movie, but I haven't seen it in a long time.
The movie's great. Phil Hartman.
Phil Hartman.
In stores now. Go get it.
Sinbad.
Oh,
Christmas
that's
classic.
right.
So much Sinbad in that
Okay,
movie.
so it's lost about 75% of its quality just from you reminding me Sinbad's in it.
Okay.
So thanks.
Is Rise of the Planet of the Apes an action movie?
Is what?
Rise of the Planet of the Apes an action movie? Those apes
No.
do. Okay.
I would say...
No.
Oh, this is why I don't really like genres.
Mm-hmm.
Because most movies that are worth seeing transcend a genre.
Thriller. This is like more like a thriller, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
In which case, I like Fugitive a lot.
Okay, yeah.
Anyway, okay, Bourne Supremacy still okay, maybe better than I remember, but not my go-to thing. Like I still don't plan to buy the series or anything.
Scott
then we
Pilgrim?
It's not like there's fights in it, but
Action?
that's a comedy. It's a comedy, dude.
Yeah.
It's
Kick-Ass?
like 90% comedy, 10% action or something.
What about Kick-Ass?
That's good too. Oh, I don't know how Kick-Ass I have mixed feelings on now. The more I see it, the more I get kind of like bothered by some of the things in it. It's just like I don't know. I don't want that world to exist. The world of Kick-Ass where there's just people shooting each other in costumes. It's like giant microwave.
It kind of does. Like we
Not quite like
we
that.
don't see it, but I'm sure there's people just
Vigilante.
like
There's vigilantes out there just fighting dudes. And...
I mean, probably.
Okay.
I don't know.
There was that in Seattle or something. There's a real superhero, but he handles like purse snatchers or something. It's never too crazy.
And that whole thing that happened in Colorado.
Right, which I think we'll have to talk about that in relation to Batman. How I don't get the media.
Yeah,
really.
I have some thoughts about that, but we should save that.
Okay, yeah. Let's finish off the triple feature, Suburban Commando, which I am quite glad I saw. I did enjoy my time watching it, but man, that is such a bad movie.
Worse than Mr. Nanny?
I've not seen Mr. Nanny.
Okay.
So I think this is the first Hulk Hogan feature film I've seen. Really?
Oh, you haven't lived.
Apparently not. I could just keep going down this path, I guess, and watch these on occasion. But Christopher Lloyd's in this one. That was a big selling point for me.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Elizabeth Moss as a 9-year-old kid.
Wait.
Which was really weird.
Wait, what?
Yeah, like, Peggy Olson of Mad Men fame is in this movie as, like, little girl whose cat is in a tree.
Oh,
She's
weird.
in 2 scenes. Yeah, it was really weird, but it was great.
And Shelley
Just
Duvall.
Shelley Duvall is also in it, and
Does she look weird in that movie too?
Like, I guess she wears a wig at one point,
okay.
and she tries to be all sexy. It was kind of weird. Yeah, it was. I don't know.
I guess no offense to Miss Duvall, but gross.
Okay. Christopher Lloyd kind of has to play a straight man for most of it, which is kind of sad.
That's real too bad.
It also made me think about Christopher Lloyd's career path. Like, what happened?
Like Dennis the Menace?
Yeah, like it was like you're at your peak with like Doc Brown, and that's awesome. And then everything after that, it's just kind of like, oh, unremarkable. Like like I liked My Favorite Martian okay because it's dumb, but no one saw that movie. Jeff Daniels also in that. Do you remember that movie?
No, I don't. I remember the
1999.
name. I don't remember anything that happens in it. They go shopping at one point, right?
I don't know. I mainly remember he gets really depressed at one point, and apparently Martians' bodies fall apart.
Yeah.
So his arms and legs and stuff, and his head falls into a laundry basket or something, and Jeff Daniels is all like, "Oh no, a date's coming over, and I have a Martian head on my table."
Okay, so best Christopher Lloyd role. Go.
Doc Brown.
Judge Doom.
Judge Doom's good too. You're
Because
right.
he is
The
terrifying as Judge Doom. Oh my god.
when his voice goes all high or whatever.
That,
When I'm mad at your brother,
yeah,
I talk to you like this. It's really bad. Good stuff
I
though.
had nightmares about that as a kid. It was terrifying.
Yeah, no, yeah, everything post that era, like 91 or something, just gets kind of depressing. And, like, I guess he was in the Piranha movies, but
Yep.
I don't know. I blame his agent or something. Like, why would you go into Suburban Commando right after you finish this giant trilogy of cool stuff?
Oh, he was Uncle Fester, too.
Were those good?
Those movies?
Yeah.
Eh, I mean, maybe as a kid. I was into, like, horror and the macabre sort of thing as a kid, so, like, stuff like that really tickled my funny bone.
Is Tim Curry in it?
Tim Curry, he is,
Is he in this?
what's his name, I think? Oh, in the sequel? I think he might have been in the sequel as one of the people that they meet or whatever are trying to take the house from them. I can't remember. It's,
Okay.
like, when did those movies come out? Like, early 90s?
Probably.
Yeah, because I saw them when they came out. So
I've never seen them. But okay, just final thing, Suburban Commando. I didn't know the plot involved outer space at all. It's a science fiction movie.
Oh, weird. Okay.
He's a intergalactic bounty hunter
Yep.
who, like, he completes this assignment. Basically, he fights this general dude who is played by just like the most unremarkable character actor, physically appearance. Anyway, like it's just like my friend Ryan and I were just joking, like it's just like imagine like the manager at your local grocery store landed a role as a villain in a movie, like or something. Like it's just the most average looking human is saying like just diabolical things about ruling the galaxy, and you're just like, why are you here? Like, how did you end up in this movie?
Who are you?
It's just yeah, it like he goes for line deliveries and stuff too, but it's just like he just looks wrong. Like he doesn't look evil. It was just a really strange thing. But anyway, yeah, he leaves that, and then it's just like, hey, you should probably just hang out somewhere on Earth. What? Why? Oh, you're like stressed out. I'm not stressed. And then he smashes his panel, and then it's just like, oh, well, your ship's fucked now. You got to land somewhere. He's like, oh, okay. And then he lands on Earth, and he has to kill time on Earth. And then he wanders around, and funny things happen.
Great.
And then he, like, the plot is so cooked, like A to B, like nothing. It's yeah, he just walks out of his ship, sees a apartment for rent sign. That's Christopher Lloyd's house. He goes there, and then like the rest of the movie, like there's like half an hour of this movie that is basically just Hulk Hogan walks around and funny things happen. Like he walks up to a fruit stand and it's like, oh, cantaloupes, huh? What are those about? Oh, you should probably pick a ripe one. How do you tell? Squeeze it. Okay. He squeezes it. His massive strength makes it explode, and it just gets all over this woman. She's like, ah! That's a joke. That's
Great.
it. He runs into a mime like 3 times and keeps mistaking his dilemmas for real things. So, I'm trapped in a glass box. Here, I'll break that for you. Punches him in the face.
Right.
Joke. Like, it was like, wow, this movie could not have less, like, purpose. It's just useless. It's just him wandering around, fish out of water, giant man, and zany things happen for like 90 minutes. And I guess over the course of it, Christopher Lloyd's character learns to stand up for himself a little bit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Just have some confidence. And he does. And yay. End of movie. Yeah. It's on YouTube. This is how we watched it. There's a great full stream of it, HD. So if you want to see Suburban Commando, it's there for you, waiting on the internet.
Great.
But, man, so dumb. Anyway, let's talk about Battle Royale.
Yeah,
The
you've seen this
original
movie, right?
Hunger Games? No, I've never seen it.
Oh, okay. Um, the
It's Hunger
original,
Games, though, right?
essentially, yeah. Basically, in the future, Japan or China. No, I think it's Japan. They're having a population crisis.
Mm-hmm.
So the best way to get rid of this is they take a bunch of students, put them in a bad class, and then throw them on an island to kill each other. Last one standing
Okay, why
wins.
not get, not to be weird, but why not get rid of older people?
I mean, I don't
Like
know.
the
It's
Logan's Run style, you
yeah,
know?
I guess probably because like they're running everything.
Or are these like problem kids? Like these are
Well,
like
just to set the tone a little bit
juvenile
before
detention center.
before if this is the first time watching it, before you really know what's going on, there's a scene where a teacher is walking down the hall and a kid comes up behind him and slices his leg open with a knife and runs away down the hall.
Okay, so these are troubled kids, I guess.
Not all
Violent.
of them, no,
Oh, okay.
but there are violent ones. So yeah, anyways, basically it's just kids trying to survive. It starts with 41. It goes down to like the last ones. I'm not going to give anything away, obviously, to you specifically.
Okay.
But
But also, just the world.
yeah,
It recently got released here properly, right?
properly,
Like
yeah,
this
because
movie was
the
not
only way to
available
see
here
it
for.
before is if you went to the Asian markets, you could get a bootlegged DVD of it that likely
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't play in your player because,
Or
region
torrent.
coding and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And or you could download it. But the
Right.
downloads have always been real bad quality because it was only really in VHS for a while and Laserdisc. So
Hmm.
now that it's released in DVD here with proper subtitles and everything, it's just much more convenient. So there is likely a good chance a lot of people haven't seen it yet.
Right.
Um,
But
yeah, so
I've heard
41,
good things. I meant to see it, but like I thought it would be I'm the first group of people that can see Hunger Games first and then the original after. That was my excuse.
okay, I guess that's fair
Uh,
because I haven't seen Hunger Games yet.
People have mixed feelings on it, I guess. I thought it was okay, but
Well, my roommate has
maybe it's just
seen it and read
derivative.
the books. She said the books are actually good. The movie, not so much. And Battle Royale is essentially the rated R version of Hunger Games without, like, the love story thing.
Right. That angle seemed a little unnecessary to me watching the movie. Like, it's just like, there's kind of more important things going on right now. Just saying. But,
But yeah, there's
yeah.
some messed up stuff in Battle Royale. There's some real cool parts with some really strong girls, like
Hmm.
characters, that are just kind of psychos. So that's kind of neat to see like, because especially with Asian media, like not to sound too cliche or anything, but they're usually just being raped by like tentacles in Asian stuff,
Okay, that's a bit simplified. I've seen
or
media
they're like,
without tentacles in it.
or they're horror,
But,
they're ghosts or something, right? There's something creepy.
sure.
It's kind of nice to
Sure.
see a schoolgirl that can fight back.
Okay.
So I don't know. It has a lot of real cool stuff in it. It's a lot more violent than I remember, so I don't know how you would feel about it personally.
I can go for violence every now and then if it's done well, but I don't know. It's a fine line you tread with that, so
Yeah,
we'll see.
definitely. I mean I don't really have much more to say about it because I don't want to give stuff away, but yeah, basically 41 students on an island and it goes based on time. So like there'll be a check-in every now and then that'll just be like these are the people who died and then it's like 30 left and it'll just
Hmm.
kind of do it like that. So you get
Is
a
there like one or two characters that they follow, or is it kind of
they jump around to
everybody?
everyone during like when someone's going to die or something of
Hmm.
importance happens, they'll follow that person or area of the map.
Okay. Whereas like Hunger Games follows Katniss pretty exclusively, so no, this isn't even a spoiler. Like, well, whatever.
No,
It's
yeah.
like you're following a protagonist, so clearly, like, they're not gonna. Oh, 30 minutes in, your character died. Weird, right? An 80-minute movie.
There
It's just
are
like,
about four
no.
characters they refer to all the time because they must be the popular ones in the class or something. And
Hmm.
like there are a main group, but they don't necessarily put more focus on them than anyone else, which is really nice. except for when
To kind of
like
keep you guessing as to who will make it.
right, except for like you kind of know what's going to happen because with their class that gets sent there, they also had 2 transfer students, and one's like quiet and reserved, and the other one is like disturbing looking. And like you
Okay.
can tell it's like, oh, that dude's gonna be the main antagonist who's just insane and kills everybody because it's fun. And then the other dude's probably gonna be the antithesis to that. So like you kind of can see that coming, and they do play that up. But I mean, you kind of need at least one antagonist because there are it's kind of a neat human study too, because in Battle Royale there are groups of students that are just like, oh no, we can all survive this if we just like don't kill each other and work together to get out of this. And there are ones that are like, no dude, like I'm scared, I'm gonna kill everybody I can because I don't want to die. And then there's the ones that are just like, no, I'm insane, I'm just gonna kill you. So
There's some dirtbags in Hunger Games for sure, yeah.
so it's kind of like what you were saying about DayZ, about it's like, well, that's what happens when the world ends or whatever, or a big thing happens, is you get people that go crazy. And like you got the
Yeah.
people that try to help each other and stuff. This is essentially that, and it's kind of good in that respect, I guess.
Okay.
There's a bit more there than just torture porn, is what I'm saying.
No, people have been saying very good things about it for years, so it's kind of weird I haven't seen it yet, but... Isn't there a terrible sequel? Is that true?
I haven't seen the sequel, actually, but yes, there is a sequel.
Okay. Maybe it's great, but I've heard it's not good. But
There's kind of a twist at
maybe
the end
that's
of
on a
Battle
Jade
Royale as well.
Okay.
So
I'll look into it. Video games?
oh,
You wanna talk
are
about
we
those?
just gonna pass by the big...
Oh, right, you skipped it earlier. It's on the list. Yeah, Dark Knight Rises. Giant movie.
I don't think we're gonna get to a spoiler cast
Today?
this week,
like-
and since it's already a week past its release, when people are hearing this, we
Okay.
should probably just say that there's gonna be spoilers here.
Oh, okay. I guess, yeah. Full Dark Knight Rises talk coming up, I guess. A lot of people have seen it. 160 million opening or whatever, third biggest ever. So we're probably fine.
Everyone I know on Twitter has seen it, and that's 400 and some people.
There you go. So we're probably fine. I liked it.
I
It
did
was
too.
good.
I was actually really surprised at how much I liked it.
Yeah, I thought it was a good movie. I've seen it twice now. What angle do we want to dispel like all the weird shooting stuff that happened, or like that's so tangential to the movie? That's why I don't even know why it's in the news so much. It's like
I think it's because that dude
Bad thing
that
happened
did
to
it
this
is
thing.
insane, and he said that he is the Joker.
did he say that? I heard he just had makeup in his hair or something.
Like I think he made mention of something like that. So like he is insane, that guy that did it, or he
Okay.
was on some bad drugs or something. So I mean, I guess it kind of fits, but like, I don't know.
Like I get that it's a sad thing that happened, and I guess I also kind of get, you know, people kind of being like, hey, maybe don't wear weird costumes or bring fake guns to the movie theater,
Right.
like cosplay or whatever, because you're gonna put everyone on edge, and that's not cool.
Right.
But just the number of stories I've seen that are just like, this guy also thinks that was sad. And it's like, okay. Like,
Okay.
I guess I didn't need the Pope's opinion on it to know that it was not a cool thing that happened.
I'm gonna get
Like,
into what bothered me the most about it.
Okay.
Okay, so the news, right? They're talking
Yeah.
about that heinous shit that was going on in Syria. And then as they were doing that, it's like, oh, breaking, 12 people dead here. It's like, really?
Mhm.
Who gives a shit? Like, a full...
Way more important.
Yeah,
12 Americans died, so stop the presses.
that shit
We're
bothers
gonna-
me. Like, it's disgusting. And, like, not to harp on old things, but remember 9/11, obviously. That whole year, it was nothing but 9/11 stuff, and there was some bad shit going on in, like, Palestine and around the world where there was, like, total, like, genocides happening and stuff based on religious beliefs. But, like, nope. A few people died in a building. More important. Not a whole country.
Less than 2,000, wasn't it?
What's that?
1,996 people or something like that.
Which
Yeah.
Which
and
is
it's like
nothing.
over a decade ago now.
That's a week for
yeah.
people in the Middle East.
Small drop in the global bucket, but it's the one everyone talks about and builds memorials about and can't talk about in movies and things as openly. It's
Unless
weird.
Nicolas Cage is
It's
in it.
Yeah, but like even that, like it's
There
like
was no
I would have wanted
commentary.
some
Yeah.
Oliver Stone snark to it or something.
Yeah,
Or like, what are
Oliver
we
Stone
doing? How did
really...
this happen?
I think they really removed his... They muzzled him on that one because
Yeah,
that seemed a
it
little...
had no
That
edge to it.
it
It
was way
was
too
just
held back. You could tell he wanted to say something about it.
yeah, just no bite to that movie at all. It's just boring. It'll be forgotten. Like I vaguely remember United Flight 93 having like it had more going on in it. It was a more interesting movie, but I don't know. It still feels weird to me that 11 years out there haven't been much talk about that in film stories or whatever. And when there is, it looks terrible. Like Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close looked like the most melodramatic thing ever. I can't really comment on whether it was or not, but it's just like, oh, look at this kid, he's so sad because his dad died in that thing. Or Remember Me, that Robert Pattinson movie.
I never saw that. I'm thinking of that Rain on Me or Rain Over Me
That one too,
with Adam
which I
Sandler.
liked because like I found it interesting because Shadow of the Colossus is in it, but as a movie, yeah, like final courtroom scene and stuff, it's just like,
I
oh,
liked
this
it
is
because
so
I really
bad.
like that song by The Who. That's a great song.
Oh, okay. I like Don Cheadle as well,
I
but
do like
okay.
him too. I always get him mixed up with the other one.
Who would be Terrence Howard? Because they replaced each other in that thing or whatever.
What?
Like Terrence Howard because War Machine or what?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I don't know. It is kind of weird that this incident that happened is overshadowing the movie itself,
Tim
which is fine.
Meadows.
I mean, it's just a oh really? Okay.
Yeah, I always
Weird.
get them mixed up because black people, I guess, because I'm racist and a piece of shit. Sorry, go on.
Like, I mean, I guess it should overshadow it because it's like, yo, 12 people die as opposed to big company made lots of money. But I don't know. People still kind of like, oh, I'm scared to go to the theaters now or something. It's just like, what? This is like never happened. I can't think of anything like this happening at a movie theater ever. And I
Right.
go to the movies all the time.
Yep.
So I'm no more phased now than I was before. Like it's just like, whatever. Okay. Like no one's gonna do it as direct a copycat thing, are they?
No. This dude
Like
was
who
a
would do?
psycho.
Yeah, like crazy guy shot people. It happened to be at a movie theater during this, so that sucks.
Yep.
But I don't know. As for the actual movie, Bane was cool.
Yep. I'm really
I
glad they finally did him justice.
Because yeah, as we were briefly talking about Batman and Robin, he is such a dumb supporting character. Like he speaks in monosyllables or whatever, and just punch
Well, I know the biggest
Venom.
criticism people have is that Venom wasn't brought out in the Dark Knight Rises at all. I didn't think it needed
Hmm.
to be because in Nolan's world, I think he did it perfectly because that would be a little too far out there. Just like a
Right.
drug that's constantly pumped into his spine and brain to give him like power. That's kind of weird.
Whereas here it's just like pain suppressors or something, and you don't need to know the details. So
Right,
yeah.
exactly. And League of Shadows,
Uh,
man.
yeah,
That's
I'm
all you
really
need to
glad
know.
it tied into all that Begin stuff really well. Like following up on Ra's al Ghul,
Ra's al Ghul, yeah. Or
but
as
in
they
this
say
universe
it,
it's Ra's al
Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah, it's Christopher Nolan's version is Ra's al Ghul.
That bothers me to
Um,
no end, but whatever.
I I think it's okay. I don't really have an opinion. I guess it's just how I know its pronunciation. So yeah. Trying to think what kind of points to really. Catwoman was okay.
Yep, she was
I like that
inoffensive
they.
in it, so that's good. She was actually not that bad.
Yeah, she has a couple moments in there that are cool. I like that her goggles are her ears during some parts, so it's not like contrived that she has ears.
Yeah.
She's just a capper. Yeah, Bane is big and punches people. I really like that first, like the backbreaking fight scene they have. Like watching it again too. Like it's still like there's some cool things that are said in
I'm
this
just surprised
bit.
they hit so many right notes about Bane from like the comics into this. I was really
I
impressed.
guess if one thing, then I found his death kind of unceremonious. Like,
Definitely.
spoilers, he dies. Like, yeah,
Spoilers.
yeah, we already said we were going to, but I don't know. I'm trying to think really why they like. I mean, he was defeated in a fight with
That
Batman.
fight was
Like that
pretty
happened.
good too. I felt pretty good about it.
Just the giant street rumble. That was not bad.
Yeah.
Um. Hmm. Wait. Okay. One minor thing that it stood out the first time, and it still stands out now. I don't quite get Tom Hardy's like hand mannerisms, hand placement with Bane. He's always kind of holding his shirt collar in this very particular way, or his jacket.
I don't think I even
It just
noticed.
Okay, he does it like 4 or 5 times in the movie. Like he'll just kind of like be standing on top of a building and just kind of put his hands like a general or something, or like Napoleon or some sort of. It just has this weird kind of pomposity to it that I enjoyed, but at the same time, it's just like, why are you doing that?
I like
Like,
some of the
are you ready
weird
to rip
off
that coat
comments he
off?
makes too. Where he's just
Like,
like about to blow up everything. He's like, nice singing voice.
yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful
It's a
voice.
beautiful, beautiful voice. It's like,
You're just like, okay,
oh my god, you're insane. I love it.
let the games begin. Boom. Yeah, you think the darkness is your ally. I was born there. All of that stuff I really liked.
Yep.
Um, and like the weird voice distortion on like the "I am the League of Shadows." It just was like, that's great. That was great.
Yep.
Ra's al Ghul's legacy. I don't know. Yeah, I enjoyed him as a villain, and then surprise bonus villain, which my friend Ryan was saying they should do, and they did. Talia shows up at the end.
Yeah, that wasn't really that big of a surprise.
No, I like as soon as Marion Cotillard was there, and it was just like, why would she be here? And like once they had sex or whatever, it was just like, this is probably Talia. This is
Yeah,
probably gonna be Talia.
definitely.
And then it was Talia.
Like
But
when
whatever.
I think that's the moment where you realize she's more than just a side character in Bruce Wayne's life. It's like, oh no, she's
Right.
gonna be
We need
somebody.
a boardroom member that has, some dialogue. Okay, let's get this Oscar-winning actress in here. It's just like, okay, well,
Yeah.
this is suspicious. So yeah, Joseph Gordon, Robin, I guess.
Yep.
Blake, like, is that any of the Robins from?
Not that I know. No.
Okay.
Because
Um,
how many Robins were there? Like, which Robins are you counting?
oh, dude, I don't know. I mainly know Dick Grayson or whatever.
Okay, so like the original Robin
And there's Tim Drake or whatever,
that
right?
becomes Nightwing. Yeah.
Right. I don't know any others. There's that little girl in Dark Knight Returns or whatever.
Wait.
She's
Who?
13. I don't know. In that Frank Miller one, she's like a kid.
Okay, I don't remember her name, but I think I know who you're talking about,
her
so
name-
we're making
it's like
progress.
comics. Yeah, whatever. Okay. Robin, whatever. Joseph Gordon was good. I enjoyed him in there. I think part of it is just like I really enjoyed how these kind of like, especially in contrast to Batman and Robin, which I saw in between the two screenings,
Mm-hmm.
like how that like those movies kind of just squander their small characters. They just don't really care. They're just like, oh yeah, Commissioner Gordon's here, but who cares? It's Pat Hingle, and he's just kind of a cop, and he has like 10 lines in the movie and whatever.
Yep.
Alfred's there, but he's just a butler, and he's a butler to a fault where it's like he's dying of some horrible disease, but he won't tell anybody because he has to answer the door and cook meals. Like, it's like, this is nonsense. This is not a person.
Yeah.
Like, no one is this. But here it's like, yeah, Michael Caine and Gary Oldman just kind of, I don't know, I really enjoyed some stuff they brought to the table in both. Like, I thought Alfred had some really great emotional scenes, and there's one exchange between Commissioner Gordon and Batman that I thought was awesome. Like, it's
Which
just
one?
where Batman, like the last one where Batman kind of finally gives him like the final
The clue.
as to
Yeah.
like, I was just like, oh man, that's so awesome. Like, that was just a great, nice sentiment that happened.
Do you
and it
remember how
makes-
that line starts?
Like, it's just, it's a bit extended little thing. It's just like, but they need to know who the hero was or whatever. It's just
Yeah,
like,
he says something like
what's the
sometimes
hero?
it's just a cop who covers or who like
puts his jacket
puts
around
his
a
jacket
kid,
around a kid and says everything will be okay.
that the world isn't coming
That
to
the
an
world
end.
isn't coming to an end. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like, oh man, that's such a great everyday hero moment for Gordon, and just like a nice, I don't know, both times, like that's one of my favorite little exchanges that happens.
Yeah,
Yeah. Any moments that stand out specifically that you want to call out or whatever, or
like
characters? Thing?
I don't know. I hate to harp on it, so I'm not going to. I'm just gonna say again, Bane. Like that was a big sticking point with me because I was just like, oh, they're not gonna do this like delicately at all, and they totally did. So I'm really happy about that. Catwoman, I was a little indifferent towards. I was just kind of like, oh, Hannah Hathaway's gonna be terrible. She was fine, and
Yeah.
they
Like,
made Selena Kyle a decent like Selena Kyle. She wasn't crazy and like sexual and stuff. She was just trying to get by
mm-hmm.
with the skills that she grew up with, so that's fine. Um, I mean, the movie still had some problems. Like, the story I thought was really well written, really well realized, especially in the greater universe of stuff that has already happened.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I would have liked to have seen more Batman. Like, I know it's weird to say, but he's barely in it as Batman.
You get a lot of Bruce Wayne kind of going through pain and
But
stuff
the
and
thing
trying.
is, I kind of knew that would happen because, I mean, spoilers, Bane was the man who broke the bat. So, like, you knew
Right.
that was going to happen because that was what people knew of Bane. He was the first and probably only so far. I'm not really 100% up on my Batman, but he's the only one to actually take Batman and basically destroy him.
Mm-hmm.
So they had to put that in there. And I'm glad they did. It's kind
And
of weird how they did it, though, because in the comics, Bane is totally like a criminal mastermind. He's not like he doesn't fight Batman one-on-one. He releases everyone from Arkham, waits till Batman's tired, and then he ambushes him and then breaks his back. So it's just kind of
oh,
weird that he's like went the opposite way in the movie, where it's like, oh no, I'm just gonna wait here for him and then fight him one-on-one because fuck him.
but like right under his armory and stuff, like you realize he's a part of their key plan or whatever, and he knows he's Bruce right away. So he's still a smart cookie, you know. He still
Which
knows
I
what's
like
up.
too, yeah, because he was yeah, again, like from the comics, he was watching Batman and learning everything about him before he fights him. So I mean, they still stuck to that. So I'm pretty happy about that, and that he wasn't just some big hulking thing like he was in Batman and Robin with no brain
Mm-hmm.
and he just runs forward all the time.
Yeah, and then all you need to do is kick that hose out of the back of his head. You're done. You won.
So
That
stupid.
there's no fight scene. It's just so dumb.
So dumb.
But okay, yeah, Bane was good.
They might have went a little too bombastic with it,
Which part?
like the movie where basically Bane destroys, like he completely segregates Gotham and like
Well, the giant siege on the city, like it's a follow up to the kind of citywide thing that they were trying to do in the first movie, like the
yeah.
League of Shadows.
No,
Like
I mean I
it's
understand
still,
that.
and it almost reminded me of Arkham City in terms of just like a giant crazy, like you know, pressure cooker situation in a huge part of the city or whatever. Like it was just like this is big scale. This is big scale stuff, and it's going on for months. So I don't know.
Did you see
That
those
was
storyboards with the Joker?
I wasn't sure if that was real or not.
I think it
That seemed
was.
like a fan joke, like where he doesn't get released.
Yeah.
Yeah, like him in Arkham or whatever when they're opening up everything, and then it's just like, aw, I don't get to go.
It's kind of
And then
funny though.
I guess so.
I could see that happening because like even Bane's scared of the Joker because he's just so insane and unpredictable.
Right. So you don't want to add that element to your plan.
Yeah.
I did enjoy seeing Scarecrow in there though, as just kooky courtroom kind of thing going
Yeah,
on.
that was pretty good. Death
yeah.
it is by exile.
Oh.
Oh snap!
Okay.
I laughed. Okay, I'm sorry.
No,
I found it funny.
It's fine. Just during that bit, I was like, dude, okay, so what you do is you roll across the ice. Spread out your weight as much as possible.
Yeah, but they
Crawl.
wouldn't know that. We're Canadian. We have to walk that shit to get to work every day.
Like, you gotta be all prideful, like, oh, bipedal, we're so evolved, and it's just like, no, just lie down and roll. You'll be fine. But I was also thinking maybe, like, the dudes would just shoot you for
Yeah.
frickin', because they don't care. They want you to die. That's the point. So
Yeah, so even if you made
But
it
even
most of
so,
the way
if-
across, they would shoot you.
it's just like, oh man, damn, that actually worked. All right, shoot him. Like,
Yeah.
you know. But whatever. At that point, it's not like, oh, dignity. I want to look cool in my suit. Like it's just like, dude, whatever. I want to get across this stupid ice away from these crazy people. So if it got down to it, I would try crawling across the ice. Like not or like.
Yeah, you're gonna die
Yep.
either way, so why not?
Yeah. Or just wait until, I don't know, the how did Gordon and them? Let's just hope Batman's there with the darts or something in the background.
No,
The little
they were just ready to die.
mini batarangs. Okay, yeah. They
I
found a
mean,
flare.
like, what else do you do, right?
Sure, I
Like,
guess.
you might as well, like, die by ice or die by gun. It doesn't really matter.
Okay, how do like let's just talk about the ending. We both had a kind of shared notion of Batman the movie with
Yep.
Adam West.
Some
The
days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
Exactly. And that becomes the final thing Batman has to deal with
I
is
was
getting rid of
laughing
Paul.
really hard.
Yeah, like just that little flicker of thought came through my head and it's just like, man, that's kind of great
And
that
dude, that bomb takes a
thing.
lot of damage.
Mhm. Oh, does it go through that big explosion or whatever that he shoots?
Well, if it's unstable because it's
Oh,
about to
that
go off, it falls out of a
right.
truck, it gets dragged
That
along the
truck.
street and just kind of like hits buildings and stuff.
Yeah. Just like you might want to be more cautious with that, Batman. That's pretty serious business, but
No, it's
whatever.
okay. I'm Batman.
Yep. I fixed the autopilot. I'm fine. Like I jettisoned last second. Like I watched it again. He like there's a moment of just like serenity on his face when he's sitting there in the seat and he's flown away from the city and it's just like, well, this is clearly like he's dead.
Yeah,
Like why
like he's
isn't he dead?
accepted it.
Yeah, like and I was like really moved by
And that
that.
makes
It's
it
just,
more heroic.
yeah, I was like,
Because he
damn,
even
that's
says, it's like, you've given them everything. Not everything. Then he just
okay.
takes off.
Yeah. And it's like, wow, Batman died for the city. That's so epic. And then it's just like, no, whatever. He's fine. He's hanging out in Italy. It's like, oh, okay. Or France. I forget where it is, but whatever.
Yeah,
Wherever Alfred
like
out. Like,
Barcelona, maybe?
I wasn't really sure why they felt that they couldn't go all like full bore with it. I'm not sure.
I
Just
don't
like, oh,
feel why there was a huge touching moment at the gravesite. And then, like,
mhm.
when Alfred notices him, he's just, like, gives him the nod.
Well, it harkens back to that dream he
No,
had.
no, no, I'm aware.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah.
just not something human beings would do.
I'm still kind of the opinion like some weeks have gone by, like maybe he's internalized
He
it
just kind
some.
of got over it.
Well, he not got over it, but it's kind of like he's reached a piece where of it at it, where like this is like graveside at the funeral, like it's like you'd break down.
Oh, dude, what if, like, Alfred went insane and he was dreaming that? So maybe Batman is dead.
I think someone actually did pitch that as like Alfred is so grief stricken, but there's other scenes. Like there is a moment of realization with Lucius Fox where it's just like, oh look, someone patched this autopilot system and fixed it. What? Who did that? Bruce Wayne 6 months ago. It's like, oh shit. So like he's fine. Like
Yeah.
there's other things, and it's like, where did the pearls go? Like Selena Kyle's gone. Like there's other dialogue in there that suggests both of them are off somewhere doing stuff. So yeah, it's not as like a one scene switch around fix or whatever. Sean actually pitched a cool alternate, like ambiguous ending to it, which I thought was a good idea. You literally flip two scenes around. Like Joseph Gordon goes in the cave, rises up or whatever. Then you go to Alfred. He looks up, breaks fourth wall. End of movie. Because you don't know if you saw him or not. I
Right.
thought it was a cool idea.
Yeah.
Because you end on kind of like a more like, oh, did he see Batman? Like, is he okay?
So
As opposed to like,
what you're saying
every
is you want Nolan to pull Inception ending part 2.
yeah, if you're gonna do that in one movie, might as well just do it again. Like people would be talking about it a little more, maybe. I don't know. Just like, oh, what do you think? Do you think
No,
Bruce
because
Wayne?
then you can put in the end, like,
'Cause he fixed.
what you want.
Sure, yeah.
Because then it's like, no, he totally died, and that makes him more heroic. And then, like, you might be, oh no, dude, he's totally alive. Because
He
he's
fixed the
smart.
he fixed the autopilot. Like that doesn't make sense. Like, yeah, but dude, it was like last second. What? Did he pull a Predator ending and run from the explosion somehow at the end? That makes no sense. Also, where's the tsunami? Question.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a Batman movie. Like,
I know.
what do you want?
I didn't even think about that the first time, but the second time it's like, oh, it detonated over the bay, we're fine. And it's just like, that could still be really bad.
Yep.
It could, like a
Gotham's
less bad.
covered in a nuclear winter for the rest of eternity.
Like yeah, it's still not like just oh good, woo. It's like nah, it's still a pretty big bomb. It's not Oh well,
And some
whatever.
days you just can't get rid of it.
Nope. It just blows up in his hands in that one too. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe he blew up in the thing and he's fine because he's Batman. He had that armor on. Doesn't even matter.
He wasn't wearing hockey pads.
Shakes off that smoke and he's just like, whatever. Batman. Okay. That's Dark Knight Rises. I keep getting like my friend Ryan keeps asking me like, so where do you rank it? How does it line up in the series? And she's like, dude, I don't know. Like I don't. It's all one big unit right now.
It's hard to say because since all three movies are so fully realized with each other, I like to think of them as one cohesive unit that details like the effect Batman has had on Gotham more than it details Batman's journey, if you know what I mean. Because like
There's some Batman's
Gotham's like a shithole or whatever, and then Batman comes, they get hope and stuff, and then that's kind of destroyed, but they still have it because Harvey was a martyr in the second one, and it's like, oh no, dude, that was a lie, and now Gotham is crazy because they don't know what to believe anymore.
Right.
But now Batman's the hero.
Symbol to rally around and everything, and law enforcement is kind of like, yeah, Gordon's still there, and they're about to get a new Batman, I guess, is the implication. Like, we're just skipping over...
I would like him better as Nightwing, personally.
Okay. I'm not sure which direction they'll go with it. I just generally like the casting.
The only reason I say that is because Robin is generally a child.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, and he is a fully realized adult with, like, police training.
Right.
So, I think he would be a better Nightwing. And Nightwing didn't work with Batman, where Robin was Batman's, like, right-hand kid.
Okay.
So, like, and if you notice in the movie, they don't work together, really. Like, they kind of meet up a few points. It's like, oh, hey. And then they
it's like,
do their
hey,
own
I
thing.
know who you are, and... Yeah, okay.
Because he's fully capable of doing stuff himself. So...
Mm-hmm. I guess if they could sell people on a Nightwing
Were
movie,
you as angry as I was when they blew up the bridge?
The bridges? No. Oh, when the dick cop dudes? Yeah.
That was really irritating.
Yeah, panicky cop guys. What are you doing?
Well, panicky army. But yeah.
Right. It's like, you killed us, you sons of bitches. Ah.
Really
Get
good
back on the
acting,
bus.
too.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, some real quality performances across the board. Like, it's like... It makes me sad that it's like, well, this is a big action summer movie. Like, people don't look to those for, like, supporting actor Michael Caine nomination or something. But that dude had some really good scenes in there. And I was like, I don't know. I was legit.
A really heartwarming scene that only happens for, like, a second on screen is when the kid's like, is he back? And then Joseph just kind of smiles at him and, like, get on the bus.
Like, right.
That's just really heartwarming because it's like, hope, it's back.
I just love how stoked that kid is, too, when, like, the final flight out over the bay is about to happen. It's just like, oh, crap, this is the explosions! And it's just like, no, it's Batman! And you're just like, yeah, it is. And then the whole group of kids are like, yeah, Batman! You're just like, that's right, it's Batman.
Really reminiscent of Superman as well, the first Superman movie, with all the kids on the bus just kind of watching this superhero do his thing.
Oh, he does save a bus in the first one, doesn't he?
Yep.
I know he does in the third one. Oh, no, he fails to save a bus in the third one.
Mm-hmm.
And he feels bad about it because he was getting all red kryptonite confusion.
Yep.
Oh, should we talk about those new trailers? Did you see the Man of Steel one?
The one that's at the beginning of Dark Knight that looks like generic movie?
Kinda, but Kevin Costner's talking. Yeah.
That trailer's ridiculous. Like, nobody knows what to expect from it, but I really like... We talked about this, but not on the air here. But, like, right. I really like the, like, sonic boom that happens when he just breaks the sound barrier.
Right, because that would happen, right?
Yeah.
I've never really thought that, like, oh, they should actually add a realistic visual to him flying, but they kind of did in that one. It's like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. But kind of underwhelming, though. Like it doesn't really tell you what's going on or anything. It's like acting like, oh, dude, it's Superman. Aren't you all ready for Superman? And I feel like they need to kind of convince people to be excited about Superman a bit more than that. Because I'm excited about Superman, but I'm also that guy that thought Returns was pretty good.
Yeah.
And there enough of me.
I was discussing Returns on the way home with the person I saw the movie with, and she hated it. But I was just like...
don't like it. And there's things that aren't super great about it. Like, it's kind of long.
No, let's be completely honest. There's things that are pretty bad. But it has...
Like what?
It has some pretty good parts in it. I mean, most of the movie. Like, the actual movie, the storyline. Like, movie part. There's just good parts in it, like the plane and just
Yeah, I
random
just
stuff
have
like that.
like weird like Superman nostalgia or something, but I just don't remember it being too bad. Like I liked like Kevin Spacey's Lex Luthor. Like Brandon Routh was kind of cast just because he looks enough like Christopher Reeve,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I thought he was okay. Kate Bosworth's unremarkable. Like her whole thing with James Marsden and all that, like on the boat and everything, that stuff's not great.
Right. There's quite a bit of it though with her.
I guess, right? And it's like, oh, Superman's kid. Superman's kid.
See,
That's from the movie.
that doesn't bother me. I know it
That
bothers a lot of people.
no, that didn't bother me at all. Or people saying like, dude, Earth women can't handle like
I'm
Kryptonian
I
sperm.
mean probably just like shooting a shotgun through her back or something.
People say that. Yeah, it's like it needs to be Wonder Woman. She's the only one that can handle it. And you're just like, that's dumb though.
You're calling back to Kevin Smith stuff now.
Is that what he says?
That's in one of his movies. I think it's Mallrats.
Okay. There you go. That he was right. I don't know. I'll quote Kevin Smith on that.
Yeah.
But Smith says Wonder Woman's the only one that can handle it. End quote. I don't know. Paraphrased edition.
Or a kryptonite
But
condom, which would kill him, apparently.
what?
I don't know. That's just one of the lines in
yeah.
that movie.
That okay. Anyway, Man of Steel trailer. I got an awesome Skyfall trailer. I don't know if you saw that one.
No.
It was in the IMAX. It was, yeah, I'm pretty stoked about that movie. Just the people in it and the talent involved and stuff. I really hope it's good. There was a Hobbit one that was really good, but I think it's an old trailer. It just looked really nice on the IMAX screen.
Yeah.
Oz, the Great and Powerful or whatever.
Yep.
I'd never seen that. I'm not going to say I'm excited about it, but
Dude, I want to see it. Come on.
Okay. I'm just kind of happy, like, that is such an iconic movie world. Like,
Yep.
1939.
That they're
like,
realizing it a little bit more.
Yeah, like, just kind of like, hey, we're going back. We got the Emerald City and everything. It's just like, hell yeah, I'll go see some Emerald City on a big screen.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. So I'm down with that, but I guess there was a bunch of other books they could have kind of elaborated on or something. I've heard some people balking at that. It's just like, dude, there's so many more stories you could have told that are just in Oz. Why do you have to gin up this other fake prequel? It's like, I don't really care. So let's just, get over that and keep going.
Yeah, definitely.
But anyway, okay, yeah. Good movie experience though. I enjoyed. I'm looking forward to this fall. Like this, there's some good stuff coming out. And yeah, Dark Knight's good. Go see it.
Definitely.
Video game.
Mm-hmm. So
Okay.
we did a
Game story?
stream, I guess.
We did do a stream. We played some Spelunky briefly, and everyone got mad at me.
Like, no, I'm
Oh.
not. I wasn't mad at. I'm sorry if I sounded like an asshole. It's just I don't get the appeal of Spelunky, and I didn't really want to play it with a bunch of people.
Okay.
Just because I knew what happened would happen, where it's just
Okay.
like John didn't know what he was doing, and then he pissed off a shopkeeper, and we were all dead.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was just gonna happen all the time.
Awkward learning stage.
And it's not even so much that, it's just like people watching, like they're just gonna watch us die over and over again. That's not really that fun, I guess.
Well, there's like
Maybe.
good reaction to bad things happening. Like it's a game that'll trip you
Yeah,
up.
maybe.
That game has great potential for live stream, let's play kind of stuff. But if people aren't into it, whatever. I'll just have to figure that out.
It sounded like he wasn't too into it either.
The co-op's like a whole different beast though. Like so
Like, I'm gonna be completely fair and say that he hasn't seen enough of it to really make an educated opinion on it.
yeah,
not-
I watched some of the stream again. We played like 10 minutes.
Like, not
so-
to take anything away from him. Like, we did the battle mode, which is kind of fun. It harkens back to the
That's like
Bomberman days.
but just like a dumb addition. Like it's not serious.
Well, it was
Splunk.
like the Bomberman days where you get 4 friends together and you would just be like, "Oh, you asshole," and then they would die. Like,
Yeah.
it's just kind of fun. But, like, I don't think he's seen enough of the actual game Spelunky to make a real opinion of it yet.
like how you press through it and get money and buy stuff. And
Well, just, like,
Traction.
he hasn't tried playing it
Well,
single player yet. That's the only thing I'm
Yeah.
getting at.
single player is the game. Like what we were playing was like the weird bonus modes they threw in there. So, yeah, I agree. But what else did we played some Mad Hazard?
Well, you
Um,
played Mad Hazard. I had played it before.
Right, which a dumb third-person shooter.
It's okay. It's a dollar game.
okay. Like, yeah, you shoot dudes, and I don't mind shooting dudes every now and then. Skylanders, which I I'm overall like okay with, but I really got worn out by that stage that just kept.
Oh, dude, you and me both. That's not even. That's why I was like, oh, like a boss fight.
The way they handle boss fights, yeah, it's just really boring.
It was
Like, it's
bad.
just like,
Hmm.
dude stops everything and just says, "Hey, I'm just gonna talk to you for like 10 minutes," and
The
it's over.
biggest problem with it is that you can't skip dialogue.
Yeah, which I like. I'm assuming that might have also been Richard Horvitz, but there was like a weird filter on it or something,
No,
so I couldn't
I'm
even.
pretty sure it
Say.
definitely was.
Okay, but yeah, just no option to skip. Weird.
But overall,
What else?
kind of a neat idea in the whole like toy media department, right?
Yeah, it was cool to see the dudes actually scan in and everything and putting weird hats on them and all that. Like that has infinite potential for stuff
And
going forward.
Trigger Happy's pretty good.
Trigger Happy's pretty good. He's got bouncy bullets apparently. That was a perk you gave him or something.
Yeah, and he
Um,
shoots money and throws pots of gold.
which I was weirded out by because it wasn't affecting my money, but I
That
guess
would be
that's
terrible if it did.
yeah. Like, dude, if you're just shooting your money away, like I should. Can we turn that off? Because that's awful. But trying to, we played God Hand. Like John played some God Hands.
I do love me some God Hand.
What else did we do?
I mean, Tony Hawk.
Right,
HD.
we started off with Tony Hawk HD, which the mall level's terrible.
Did you see
And
that? Like, did we play it?
I saw some of it. I don't know, like, I guess it's just a kind of janky downhill jam level. Like, it's,
With
you
yeah.
caught on stuff, so it's not as fun.
So fun fact about that: when you came over,
Yeah,
I was working on Riley Hawk because I accidentally spent like $3,000 into stats for him.
great.
Okay, so I played the game all over again with my avatar,
Mm-hmm.
and he is fully like full stats on everything now.
And now you can put that Captain Smiley head on him, and that game will be way cool.
It's true. I am a big fan of the avatar thing quite a bit because it's just like customizing a skater, I guess,
Yeah,
with
it's
random
not
stuff that you've unlocked from other video games. So
sure.
my skater has a Super Meat Boy shirt and a Portal 2 hat. Best skater ever.
Okay.
But yeah, I was just letting you know because that took about 3 hours. It was gross.
To max out your character?
It wasn't it's the first part, the first like bit of stats until it got fun again. That's a
Oh,
grind.
okay.
It was like an hour before it got fun again where like I had speed, I could jump and hit stuff like yeah. So but
So
yeah,
you're starting to enjoy it though, because like initial was kind of like, oh man, they picked some bad
well
levels
the
and.
thing is I'm kind of done with it now, which is
Oh,
bad
okay.
because like when so I only have two things to do in the game left. One's and they're both on the downhill jam. I need to get the pro score and the six score, which is 150,000 and 400,000 respectively. And it's just
Mhm.
kind of hard because there's nothing really to like grind on and stuff. You just kind of have to keep a combo going the whole way down. But then your combo breaks like when it sends you back. I don't know. It's just kind of annoying, and I haven't been working too hard on it. But since those are the last two I need, as soon as I get those two, I unlock what's called progressive mode or pro mode or whatever, which is basically doing the levels again, but the like things you do in each level are much harder. So I don't think I'm gonna do that because I'm pretty sure I'm just done now.
Okay. Fair enough. I have like no nostalgia for that
I
series.
think I can
so.
recommend the $15 price tag now though, because I've easily gotten $15 worth of fun out of it, so that's good.
Okay. Maybe more, like mostly if you're into that series though, right? Because
100% if you're into the series, yeah, and you have nostalgia for it.
yeah, because watching it was just like this looks not. I don't know.
This looks like all the
This
stuff I never played before.
or just like that brand of extreme sports games that I thought was barely interesting 10 years ago. So
Like
it hasn't
Skate or
changed.
Die.
Yeah, I don't know. I have Skate 2. I
Skate 2's
didn't really
good.
think that was but okay.
It's good.
Okay. Camera angles, fisheye lens, awesome. I'm gonna quickly run through the games I played. Cave Story Plus, Mimiga. They're like rabbits,
Hmm.
and you shoot stuff.
Yeah, no, I have it
It
on my 3DS. It's really good.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems cool. Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim. I played a bit more of that, but that was a while ago now. I'm trying to think what I even did. I'm maging it up though, burning guys. It's fun. Plays quite differently than stealthy arrow stuff, so that's kind of cool. Quantum Conundrum, I played some of that
I
today.
want to know about that a little bit.
I I want to somehow talk about it without bringing up Portal, but you can't
Okay.
because it's kind of like Portal. It's like, yeah, first person puzzle game, like narration kind of stuff coming from someone over
Is it
loudspeakers.
worth
In this
buying?
case, it's John Delancey. Like it was as part of the Steam sale, like it was like $11, $9 if you just wanted the game by itself. Apparently, there's
It's like
DLC.
15 or 20 now.
At 15, I don't know yet. Like it's kind of okay. Like it's kind of, that manner of puzzle stuff, like trying to navigate environments and open doors and pressure switches and physics and whatever. But it hitches a little bit. Like I'm playing all of this stuff on my PC on my TV now, which is like a big revelation for me. I'm
Yep.
pretty excited about that. That even works, but like whereas something like Skyrim like is very like lets you tweak every little thing to get it real fine tuned so it's running as well as you can get it. This is just kind of like, yo, you can like tweak the resolution and lighting effects and
That
stuff.
bothers
But
me.
that's
I hate
it.
it when games don't give me advanced options.
Right. So at least on the in-game menu, maybe there's some stuff I can do outside of it or something. I'll have to look at it again. But it was not running super awesome, which made some of the jumping puzzles and stuff a little annoying because it was like hitching a bit. So it's just like, that was not my fault. That was not my fault. I just kind of, oh, and then fell. Or whenever I'm leaving a room, like the door, like they have some electricity effects or something that my computer just does not enjoy for some reason. So every time it just kind of goes a little weird.
Right.
So yeah, that's just my experience though. Like your mileage will vary totally on that, and if you get like the 360 version, which I don't know if that's out yet, there's talk of console ports, and all of that's mapped in there. Like it controls fine,
Okay.
but like humor wise, like it's John Delancey saying like crazy scientist stuff to you, which is okay, I guess, but. I'm mostly getting like that extra like this is that guy from My Little Pony. So this is I'm in his house. So that's me. Like kind of the same weird reason I was enjoying Lollipop Chainsaw as much as I was. Like there's this extra layer of silly for me, but
Right.
it's not intrinsic in the game. I guess I did play a bit of that at your house too, and I thought that was pretty cool, despite the chain gun aiming stuff being terrible, like John said.
If we ever get your Xbox finished, you could borrow it and finish it if you want.
Cool. I'll eventually have to replace it at some point, but that deadline is pushed off indefinitely now because PC awesomeness.
Yep.
I also got the Far Cry 2. Like, I got the Far Cry 2.
Yep.
There you go.
Mhm.
That's not what I meant to say, but whatever. It was I think like $2-3 during the Steam sale, so I was totally into that. And they threw in the Fortunes pack,
Okay.
which was some manner of DLC that I'm not sure if it ever came to 360 even, but it's essentially just a new loadout of weapons, and I think there's another vehicle or something. I'm not 100% sure what all it changed, but the weapons are awesome because you get a silent shotgun, a crossbow with explosive tip arrows, and a sawed-off shotgun, which isn't awesome, but whatever. 2 out of 3. The silent shotgun is mainly of interest to me because, as I've said before somewhere, Far Cry 2 is the best because it is an Anton Chigurh simulator.
Yep, I could see that.
You are Anton Chigurh from No Country for Old Men,
Yep.
and you drive around in your car and you murder people. And one of his signature weapons was a silent shotgun. And every time I take down like 3 or 4 dudes quite successfully with the shotgun, I just go, yeah.
Do you,
Yeah.
as you're about to shoot them, are you like, you have everything to lose?
I'm not dropping, because in the scene, specifically in the movie, where he just kicks open that motel room door and just ices like 3 dudes,
Yeah.
he doesn't say anything. He just does it really well. So it's just like, man, this is awesome. So yeah,
Call
like,
it friendo.
sure. That game, yeah, and it looks pretty sweet on the PC stuff too. And I don't know. I'm digging my time with that. All that stuff is kind of taking me away from the Skyrim obsession. I think also having to start over has kind of
It kills it quite a bit, yep.
it makes it a little tough to kind of get back, because like some of the stuff I'm doing is just stuff I hadn't done yet, so I'm already further in the Thieves Guild than I was on the console, so I'm like seeing new stuff.
Yeah.
But whenever it's like, oh, I need to get more of like more shouts or whatever, it's just like, oh, I had so many. I had so many shouts, and now I don't.
I had so much dragon bone.
I had so much Dragon Bone. and my house was fully decked out, and I had like 3 of them
And then you're
instead
just
of
thinking, I don't want to make those runs like all over encumbered again. Oh.
I've stumbled into some like a dungeon at least that I hadn't done before, and there was like a cool little story that played out with like this creepy necromancer or something, and I don't know. Like there's still stuff I'm digging about it, but
You should be fooling around with the console and just like messing the game up as much as you can.
like mod it some, get
Well,
some.
like put in the thing that makes your encumbrance just like a million so you can never hit it and just pick
Oh,
everything up. Just stuff like that.
I guess I could, but like I haven't even gotten over encumbered once. Like I'm just kind of managing that stuff better. Maybe I'm not sure.
You haven't been living, son, until you pick up every potato.
I've definitely toned down my cooking stew quest or whatever because there's no skills associated with that at all. But whatever. Yeah, it just the revelation of having a PC on my TV has changed my gaming habits some, but I think it long term will be pretty great. And yeah.
Yeah.
I finally picked up Left 4 Dead 2 as well. It was the midweek madness sale, and I missed it in the Steam sale because I was like, I don't need that. But then they're like, hey, we just added a new pack. We got all the Left 4 Dead 1 maps in there, and like all this other stuff. I was like,
The
really?
cool stream DLC that just came out.
Yeah, that was the thing they were saying specifically, and I was like, fine, whatever. That
And you
game's
can
like,
play with us now.
I could, but that game's like 12 gigs or something. So I need to beat some things maybe, and get them off of there, or delete some TV shows, or
You're finally getting that Steam problem that everyone's been getting for the last few years, and where you don't know what you can get rid of
right.
to install something you want to play.
Or like, again, my birthday's coming up. Maybe I'll have enough money for a hard drive or something, and then we'll be fine. And it'll just
What you should do is go into your Steam store and add stuff to your wish list so we know what to get you for your birthday.
oh, okay. I'll go through, but I things that I wanted already. But okay, I can look through some things. But okay. That's it for gaming stuff. Briefly, we're coming to the end of the show. Just want to touch on 2 things that happened in the rap world.
Yep. Most
MC
important
Chris-
world.
Yes, the most important music world. Um, music world. Remember that place?
Yeah. Oh, it's dead.
It's dead. I bought a lot of Godzilla movies there.
An A and B sound.
MC Chris got in all sorts of trouble on the internet. I'm sure, like,
As he's prone to do.
is this a thing? Like, is this a recurring thing with him? Does he get in?
No, he's an asshole, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But, dude,
Like,
he's from Brooklyn. Like, he's used to just being like, fuck you to people.
I guess. Like, I don't even know how to feel about it anymore. Like, I saw it. Like, I was like kind of bummed out by his apology video.
I
Like, have you
haven't seen the apology video. He has openly apologized to his fans before. The thing is, you have to realize people that, like, have a voice with a lot of people, they're still people.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm having a bad day and you say something to me on Facebook, I'm likely to just be like, yo, Nathan, just fuck off. Like,
Or
seriously.
Sure, and we'll just sort that out on
The
our own.
problem is when you're somewhat famous, you're airing your laundry out and everyone can see it.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, that's why I don't take things like this too seriously. But,
Yeah.
yeah, like, he's still a person. He just does some music that has been getting more and more popular over the years as people have been, like, finding out about him. And internet stuff explodes really quickly, as I'm sure you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, that's why I didn't think too much of it. But that being said, the dude he apologized to, he definitely needed to apologize to. That was out of line.
Okay. Like, specifically, it was, like, longtime fan was having issues. Like, or just, not issues. Just
He
was,
wasn't even rude about it. He was just like, you're not good enough to pander to me, sorry.
to
like
the
that.
opening act guy. Richie Branson, I guess.
And apparently
He's
even that
feeling
Richard
it.
Branson guy or whatever, he, like, sent a tweet back saying, like, thanks for the criticism or something. Like, he was fine with it.
Right, and then...
But then it's one of those things that say, like, you were a big, like, music act or whatever, right? Or not a big, say you're a starting off comedian
Sure.
or something. Or even more close to home, you're starting off critic and you're, like, opening for Ebert or something, like, on his website. And you write
I
something
think that happens, but okay.
No, not opening, but, like, you're one of the people that writes on a website with him or something.
Sure.
And then, like, one of his fans is just like, sorry, you're not up to the quality that I'm used to. Or
it's
whatever.
like, well, that's fine, because this dude's been doing it for decades, so whatever.
That and, like, what's to stop me from being like, yo, that's my friend, fuck off.
Yeah.
Like if I was just having a shitty day or something, right? Like, I
Right.
don't know. There's a whole lot of weird thing about that. I didn't think it was that much of a controversy, but apparently everybody does.
It was way bigger than I thought like, yeah, that it was charting so high on Reddit, and then, like, the apology video got, like, 150,000 views or something pretty quickly, and it was just like, I didn't know this many people knew or cared about MC Chris, so this is weird to me, because I've never really listened to much of him. I just knew him as, like, he did this GameSpot thing, like, 5, 6 years ago.
Yep.
It's the
He
only thing I've seen of
he
his.
blew up quite a bit when one of his songs was featured in a Kevin Smith movie, and Kevin Smith has been using him to write opening tracks, like openers for all his podcast stuff.
Oh, okay.
So he's
Like,
been blowing up quite a bit since then.
okay, like, he was just, like, a fine dude that was barely on my radar or anything, and then, yeah, to see all these people get so angry at him. And then, yeah, the video was just like, oh, he's so upset, like, he's just so sad, and it's just like, this is so weird to see the internet just kind of bite somebody, and then them kind of flip out over it and get all depressed. It's just not cool. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna really pick a side or anything. It's just, I wish the internet would be more, I don't know, just be nice. Just
I think the
people are-
internet needs to
people-
understand that, like, including you, the person that's, like, making fun of somebody, you're a
Mhm.
person on the other side of your username. There's people on the other side of, like, stuff. So I don't know, like, just because they might be more popular than you,
Mhm.
it gives you absolutely no right to just be a complete asshole. It's fine to criticize him. I'm not saying that, because I do think he needed to be criticized, because it's very hypocritical what he did, and I really
Mhm.
hate the idea of censorship, like, especially on the internet. That just bugs me. It's like, no, I can't say this because this dude will yell at me. That's bullshit.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But, like, at the same
Same.
time, you can't just be going out to crucify people. I mean, look what happened with Jesus.
Exactly.
And now we
MC
have a whole
Chris.
religion dedicated to killing people because of that. Good job,
Right.
internet.
It's your fault. Yeah. Whatever. MC Chris, the new Jesus or something.
No. Oh, God, no.
MC Chris. Okay. And in more
MC
like
Christ?
MC Christ.
Oh, my God. Amazing. That's my new name.
Okay. And in barely news, I just thought it was amusing. Snoop Dogg is releasing an album under the moniker Snoop Lion, and it's a reggae. Yeah.
That's
So-
kind of weird. He went from canine to feline.
Yeah. Switching.
I hope
sides.
that's a line in one of his lyrics.
And I don't even like, it's Major Lazer produced or whatever, which I guess is a big reggae. Like, I have one of the albums. I didn't like it. It's not very good. That mashup though in DJ Hero 2, that makes it okay. But
Spitting lines like when I was a canine.
sure. Sure.
This is why I
think-
am not MC Christ.
Whatever. I'm sure worse things have been said on. Yeah, whatever. That's totally respectable.
We'll work
Those-
about it. We'll
those
work on
wrong.
it together.
Yeah, we'll workshop that song. But anyway, that's it. That's all I got really for news. What do
Questions.
you have? Oh, did some come in?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna check.
our friend said, what do you think of Joseph Robin-Levitt, and do you think he should get a spin-off? He was, I mean, we kind of answered it. He was a good actor in that movie. The Robin thing was fine. No, he shouldn't get a spin-off.
Okay.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, I'm up for a spin-off. I'm not a big Nightwing person though, so he should just become Batman, and it'll be more about Batman.
I'm
Because
Batman.
He's Batman now, and yeah, sure, why not?
Okay, another question from Anonymous. Looking forward to seeing The Man of Steel? Yes, I am.
Yeah, sure. I'm not like chomping at the bit or anything. It's still Zack Snyder, whom I have issues with.
I'm looking forward to seeing more trailer for Man of Steel to see what that
I want
movie's
to know
going to be
more
like.
about what it's actually about. Like, is
Yeah.
Michael Shannon in it as Zod? Is that true, or is that just a rumor that fizzled out?
So
Or
maybe we'll say tentatively yes, but we're looking forward to finding out more
Like-
information.
whatever. It's a new Superman movie, so I will see it. I'm just not sure if I'm excited about that or not yet.
Right.
Like, yeah. Generally, I'm like, oh well, this is a character of interest, so sure. But yeah. Sean of Top Down Perspective asks top 3 sitcoms in order: even stuff you may not like, but you feel should be on it, I guess, in terms of influence or something? Or
Everybody Loves Raymond because of how much work it got a lot of people.
really? Okay.
I hate
I know
that
my
show.
grandparents love that
I
show.
can't stand it.
It looked uninteresting
Like,
to
do we
me. I'm
just
gonna
want
say
to say,
Seinfeld is a key one.
yeah, do we want to say, like, our favorite sitcoms then?
Well, I don't know even if necessarily favorite, but in terms of impact or something, like, is Everybody Loves Raymond, like, do people give a fuck about that anymore? Didn't that just happen and now it's over? It's like The Nanny or
Well,
Fresh Prince.
was
Like,
it
it's just,
was it the first one that really did the, like, home life thing where the wife was just kind of a total bitch?
I'm pretty sure every sitcom has that. I don't
Well,
know.
yeah, but, like, was
Didn't
it the
Married with Children have that? Where
Married with
Katie
Children?
Seagal's kind of getting up in his business. Like, I'm gonna build a garage man cave because I want to be away from you.
No,
I
because
kind
he was still kind of chauvinistic. He didn't care what she said.
of... Okay.
And Everybody Loves Raymond, the male of the house, is just kind of a sniveling little weasel that does everything she says.
Okay. So domineering wife.
Well, almost on the, like, side of domestic abuse towards a man in some episodes.
I've like never watched it, dude.
She's kind of a bitch. So, I don't
Okay.
know. If it's the first to do that, then yeah, definitely that, because, like, King of Queens does that, and, like, a whole bunch of other things do.
Okay.
So that's...
I'm gonna try to maybe stick with also shows that I like just because of
Okay, fair enough.
that's how. Well, like, I mean, obviously I am such a cultured person that I would gravitate towards the best sitcoms and not waste time on the shit, right? Because I'm awesome.
Yeah,
So
I know this
Seinfeld,
about you.
yeah. Seinfeld, The Office for getting rid of laugh tracks and all that garbage, and also like the handheld kind of documentary camera style thing, and Arrested Development in there for similar reasons. Even though I don't think that show's as awesome as people say, but it changed the way it was done.
I mean,
And it's
a really big one was Friends for the whole, like,
no, it's
big
just,
cast.
Gimmicky guest stars and everything. There.
Well, I
have
mean
no-
that, but more so that, more than anything, just, like, the big cast, and it, like, each one of them has a storyline going on, sort of thing.
Okay.
So, I mean,
didn't
kind of,
watch it.
it's like the Avengers of crappy sitcom.
Bruce Willis was in it.
Yeah, as a dad?
Like, yeah, he was the dad of one of the characters, dude. I don't know. There was like a monkey or something. I don't really know. But,
On the thing for sitcoms, anyway.
and I'm to clarify, that would be Ricky Gervais' Office, not
No,
Office.
I understand that. Sherman Hemsley died.
What?
Sherman Hemsley died.
Okay.
Jeffersons.
Okay.
Moving on up to the east side. Deluxe apartment in the sky high.
Okay. That
You
was a
d- you
spin-off
ne-
of a show, right?
You never watched The Jeffersons.
I've never seen the difference.
Oh my god. Okay, anyways. So pour one out
Like
for
I
him.
said, I gravitate towards the best. It's the best.
Yeah?
You will notice MASH was not on this list. Because fuck that show. It's not even good.
You know what? I don't disagree.
I just didn't like it very much. Community did enjoy it, though, apparently, and they riffed on it. Community, honorable mention, but it's only got 3 seasons so far. We need, like, 5 more.
Third Rock from the Sun for giving us Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
And John Lithgow giving him a platform for his awesomeness. Dude, I don't know. I don't love that show.
The Bernie Mac Show.
The Bernie Mac Show. Like, is Louie a sitcom? I like Louie, but...
I mean...
Technically, it's a situation comedy. Situations happen to a comedian.
It's almost dramatic, though. Like, it's
Like,
it's
here
a
and
dark
there.
comedy for sure.
But I like that. So
I'm gonna
that's
say
also...
I'm gonna say Two Broke Girls because Kat Dennings. Oh my god.
Okay. I tried watching one episode. I don't know. It's not my thing.
You know what? I tried watching 6 of My Little Ponies, so I win.
So I have to watch 5 more before I can really render a verdict on my Two Broke Girls?
No.
Okay. Actually, wait. I'm gonna... Yeah, because I don't even like Arrested Development that much, so I'm gonna put Louie in there.
Oh my
I
god. Are you serious? You don't? Because I don't either, and I get so much shit for saying that.
I bought the 1 season of it.
It's kind of
'cause
bad.
I was told I should see it, and, like, it's like, okay, I get why people like it, but it's like Mitch Horowitz or whatever is just a profoundly silly, goofy person or something, and that does not line up with my sense of humor. So it's like, for British eyes only, it's like, that's not that funny. Like, it's Dave Thomas, and Charlize Theron is being ridiculous, but that's not that funny. It's not that funny. So, yeah, I don't know. That was, like, overhyped for me. It's the Napoleon Dynamite of sitcoms.
Yes, thank you. Oh my god, I'm so glad I can share this with you.
People love the crap out of that show, and
I don't see it. I don't.
And when that movie and the new season or whatever comes out, I don't know if it's going to stand
I
up
think
at
they
all.
have a great cast. I don't think the writing's very good.
Yeah, I love David Cross. I like Michael Cera. Like, Jason Bateman's had moments and stuff, but I don't know. It just, parts of it didn't, like, I watched through it once, and I don't know. I'm good. I'm done, thanks.
Yep.
Yeah.
All in the Family is probably pretty influential. It dealt with a lot
Right.
of weird stuff. That was a good movie
That was
too.
one my parents, like, my dad grew up watching with his family.
And if we're gonna go like in that direction, The Cosby Show was huge.
Right. So then, should we mention Happy Days or something? Is that a...
Like pretty much anything from like the 70s and 80s.
kind of set the blueprint? Like, hey, you know, where would Will Smith be without Fresh Prince?
I mean, Tyler Perry's House of Pain.
No. That's not... This is the end of this episode. Yeah, that's... Cross the line, Paul. That's not okay.
I'm sorry. So
I don't even know. I haven't even seen it. But whatever. There you go. Definitive answers on... I haven't seen How I Met Your Mother. I know that's a show Sean enjoys.
I don't like it very much at all. To be
I've just
fair,
never
I
seen
have
it.
seen 2 episodes.
It might be a similar thing where it's like, it has people I like, but I just don't care. Like, I like Jason Segel.
I probably have to watch 4 more episodes before I can make an opinion.
Okay, I've never seen a full episode ever, so yeah. Maybe it's great. I don't know.
Okay.
But anyway.
So last question.
Oh, okay.
Also from Anonymous, same guy.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think there are too many zombie movies these days? No, there isn't. There's too many zombie games.
I'm fine. I'm fine with the zombie situation right now.
I could do
getting
with
it,
another
yeah.
zombie movie, honestly. Maybe from Korea.
Okay. There was a Korean zombie movie. Yeah, get Chan-wook Park or something
I
on
could
there.
go for that.
Yeah, he did a vampire movie. It had cool moments in it. But, yeah, you know, like, there was like a season where I was kind of fatigued by the whole zombie thing. But I think I'm past it now. I've enjoyed enough fiction with that kind of thing where I'm like, no, this is fine. This is cool. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, if there's one that comes out that I'm not especially interested in, I just won't look into it. So, yeah.
Romero probably should stop making them, though. They've gone downhill.
The last one I saw of his was Diary, and yeah, it was really bad.
You should probably see Survival. It's kind of funny.
Okay. I think a friend of mine, like his
A
uncle...
zombie's riding a horse.
Okay. Great.
And on
Yeah.
that note, you can
Zombies
find us.
around horses.
You can find us on Facebook. Look up Media Monks. Want to send in a question or comment? TheMovieMonks@gmail.com is how you do it, or Twitter us at TheMediaMonks, or you can get me at Exposure EXFAUXSURE, or Nathan at Krasnor KRAZNOR. If you're on the move and you don't want to download, go to Stitcher, search Media Monks. We're on there. It's great. I was using it today to listen to us because I'm narcissistic. And of course, for more, pixel-response.com.
Yay!
And that'll
See you next
do
week,
it for
everybody.
this week. So, bye.
Well, I saw Lon Chaney walking with the Queen, doing the werewolves of London. I saw Lon Chaney.